Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is, I feel like that's a little bit better. Today is August 15th, Friday, 2025. So, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. So, oh, wow. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling cards. Oh, it's the 15th. I just realized that. Sorry. Darn it. Okay. I'm just gonna get one card in tarot and then I'll move to the other deck. So I'm seeing the 10 of Cups in my head. In your head, zombie. But I like the jump style remix to it. Oh, what's this? The Seven of Pentacles reverse. Somebody's wasting their time. And it's because they're not... Doesn't matter. Alright, let me get the one card. And then I'll move to tarot. Well, 2 came out. Jeez Louise. This is not your energy. Hold on. Somebody doesn't want you to know this about them either. That they are in this energy. Okay? And I know this is not your energy because the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. And I literally just seen the 10 of Cups in my mind's eye before I pulled any cards, right? So that's definitely your energy. The 10 of Cups, sunshine, sunshine, birds chirping, right? Very happy, uplifting, positive. That's your energy. I'm going to move on to my other deck and then I'll eventually go back to tarot. But the 2 cards that came out, this is not your energy. Okay, this is somebody who really wants to say something to you because they don't feel like it's not over. It's not, they, in their mind, they feel like it's not over. And they're going to let you know this verbatim, word for word. They're going to let you know that from their perspective, it's not over. And I feel like they're going to try to like demonize you because you were so willing to close out a cycle, and for them, it's not closed. In their mind, it's not closed, it's not over, it's not done. Alright? And they're going to voice this opinion of theirs, because it is opinion, it's not a fact, right? The fact is that it's closed. But in their opinion, because they feel so strongly about it, they feel like it's not over. And that there's something that can be done about it. But you just have to be willing to open up the cycle again. You. And you're not dumb. You're not deaf and you're not blind. So that's not happening. But whoever this person is, they're going to very with their words, very strongly voice their opinions about this cycle being closed. Because they don't want it to be closed. They don't want it to be over. Alright? And they're not happy at, no, it's still open. It's like, it's something very in denial too. They're not happy that you close out the cycle on your end. That's it. Sorry, I shut the door. You can't access revoked. They don't like that. What is this? Alright, so we have the 5 of Swords upright and the World reverse. Those are the cards that came out. So this is someone's general energy around you, towards you, right? This is someone's general energy. This is like their emotional state at the moment because they feel like it's not over with you. And that's how they feel. Okay? listen, I just have to say, I just love the Most High God. Like, I swear, I feel like every day there's a new reason as to why my faith is even more embedded. And I'm just so grateful and thankful for that. But let me move on because I feel it in my chest. But this is, whoever this person is, could be an Aquarius. It could be a Leo, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Scorpio. Alright. But could definitely more towards, you know what, too? This could be a Karmic Aquarius, and the reason why they feel so strongly about this is because they can't obtain what you have with that Taurus energy, right? They don't know what you have. They don't have access to you, so they don't know what you have, so they can't use your things, your materials, your finances, right? If this is someone who was using you to build their confidence up in some sort of way, like a parasite, they can't do that anymore, right? If they were using you for like information or advice, or you ever have someone who always asks you for advice and guidance, there's sirens in the background, who's always asking you for advice and guidance, and you're realizing you're asking me, I tell you, and you don't utilize it, right? It's because they just want the wisdom. They don't care about taking action, especially for themselves. They just want the wisdom, right? Because you know things with that Scorpio energy, okay? And with that Virgo energy, so I feel like this person was utilizing your energy to always heal them and heal them and heal them and fix their problems and fix issues. And they would ask you for, well, I have this mystery going on in my life and I don't know how. Can you help me figure this out? Sure. And then you would tell them, and then they'd go back to doing another dumb thing and then wondering why, right? It's the problem is you, okay? It's you. You're the problem. So you could have closed out a cycle with this person. And this person is stuck. And they feel like their words are going to change the outcome of the situation. They feel like their words, if they tell you this, right, berate you with words, right, well, I have strong opinions and blah, 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 blah. They feel like whatever they want to tell you, because they're going to tell you this, they feel like whatever they're going to tell you, it's going to change the outcome of their future by getting you to reopen up a cycle with them. That's what they're doing. That's what they want to do. That's what they're hoping. All right. So that's that. Now, there's a difference, right? If you absolutely have to go through a storm, right, then you should. You will. You're going to, right? But this is like someone who's like a walking storm, and they're mad because you don't want to walk in that storm of theirs, right? And you're sunny days, clear skies, birds chirping, right? And that's because God's like, all right, you've gone through all your storms, you know, enjoy some sunny days, right? And if God feels like, okay, well, there's a storm coming for you, you know, prepare yourself, then so be it, all right? But that's when God tells you to. This is someone who, like, I'm getting someone who, like, they want you to steal for them too, or they're like this is someone who, like, I don't know why I just got the scenario, but this is like someone that says, like, they want you to steal for them, and if you were their friend, you would steal for them. But first of all, that's not a friend, and God would never tell you to steal. You don't have to steal. With the Most High God in your heart, there's you have everything you need. What could you need? What could possibly make you want to steal if you have everything you need given to you by the Most High God? You don't need to steal. This is a thief, okay? This is a thief. And I'm getting this is someone that they convince other people to steal as well, or they want you, or they try to convince you to steal, or they want you to steal, or whatever. There's something about, like, they want to convince you to do something bad with them, so they're not by themselves and doing this bad deed. It's kind of like, can you walk to the store with me, as I don't want to walk by myself? Sure, I'll walk with you, right? But it's kind of like this person would be asking you, can you steal with them, because they don't want to steal by themselves, all right? Now, this could be something that they were asking someone else, right? Can you steal from the collective with me, because they don't want to do it by themselves, right? They were in some weird energy like that, all right? Now, if it's not trying to get you to do something bad with them because they don't want to be by themselves, they were definitely asking other people to steal from you with them, right? And then they were trying to dress it up, make it look pretty. Like, if you do this, like, they don't even need it anyways, right? It's like convincing someone to, like, it's twisted morality, but it's kind of like, you shouldn't really steal from mom and pop shops, right? The big corporations, you know, who's gonna miss that pencil, right? But there's something where this person, like, they would try to dress it up like, well, they have this money anyways, or they have these things anyway, so they're not gonna miss this pencil, right? But it's so wrong. So they're definitely in that weird energy. This is a very, very selfish individual, right? I've been getting this feeling about someone who, they're all for themselves, right? But they want to do all of these bad things to pull off because they can't do it themselves. But they don't really care what happens to other people. They just care about themselves, their future, what they want, their healing, their transformation, right? But it's in a very toxic and negative way, 1111, right? It's different with you because you're healing and you're moving on, but you're not stealing from people. You're not manipulating people, right? You're not trying to dress up lies and make them look like truths, right? You're healing, and then you're being called to heal other people because you've gone through the storm, right? This person, they're in a storm and they want other people to be in their storm. That's the difference. There very could well be a karmic Aquarius. I've been getting this weird karmic negative karmic feminine negative karmic feminine energy in my readings a lot lately, okay? So this could be a karmic feminine Aquarius, or you could be feminine Aquarius. Take it how it resonates, okay? So let's see what happens. This person's like trying to cloak themselves or hide their intentions, but they don't understand that. And especially if this is an air sign, this is someone who's really, really good. All right, air signs are really good with communication, right? And manipulation, because the art of communication, the art of words, ideas, mind, right? They're really good at that. And if they're in their south node, they will manipulate people like no one's business. People think Scorpios are the worst manipulators, okay? Which Scorpios can be really... I just got like so many words. Like a toxic Scorpio, all right, is dangerous, okay? But people really underestimate, like, for examples, like, people think that Scorpios are all about revenge, but there is another sign. Libras too are also about revenge. They do not play about their revenge either, but people tend to overlook that about Libras. No shame to Libras. I enjoy Libras. I like Libras a lot, all right, especially when they're in their north node, right? But people tend to overestimate or overlook 1313, the fact that Libras too, you know, when it comes to when they are wronged or they feel they are wronged, they too want revenge, okay? So it's human nature, but in certain specific signs, certain things are more amped up, more driven by. Okay, now if this is an air sign, and they're in their south node, they use communication, words, ideas, the mind to manipulate, to get what they want, okay? And this person definitely has intentions and plans on doing this with you, all right? With their words, that they're going to try to manipulate something. Ultimately, what they want is they want to use their words to manipulate your decision making from, you know, because they don't like this. They don't like that the cycle, you close out the cycle. So they're going to try to use the words to manipulate an outcome that would benefit them, which would be for you to open out a cycle, or essentially for you to open your doors to them, okay? Because they're locked out, they cannot get in. So they want to manipulate you to open your doors to them, essentially, right? So they have access to this healing, this knowledge, this confidence, these things, right? This knowing, this strength, this freedom, this energy. Hi, my love. Finish your drink. Be careful, okay? So yeah, petty man, Jesus, this man has been out a lot. Too many times. 2 times is too many, okay? For some of you, this could be a karmic masculine Aquarius, all right? or this could be karmic. If they're not an Aquarius, they could be Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo, Leo, Aquarius. Right? This petty man, that could be their signs, or this could be your signs. Or like I just said, this is just how they feel because they can't utilize your things, and because they can't utilize your things, it's not making them feel confident, or they don't know what to do, right? Their health is just waning because their mind is taking a toll on them, and their words aren't having the effect, and they don't, because their words aren't having the effect, it's not getting them the energy that they need, so they don't have the strength, and blah 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 blah. Those are all the signs. And because of that, it's making them do real petty things, act petty towards you. You know, it's so interesting when you can spot a very, like, just right, they're just a petty individual, right? They could be a good person, they could be up to date on their bills, and they could be a good citizen, whatever the case it is. But you can spot, I really gotta choose my words carefully, the thing, alright, that it's like it repels you from them. You ever get two magnets and you flip one of the magnets to opposite ends and they repel each other, right? So you just know if you're like naturally being repelled from people, it's because you know that thing. There's that thing inside of them that is just naturally, like, your spirit is like, definitely not. And I feel like with this person, their thing is that they're petty, very, very petty. And you got to be careful with petty people, right? Because they are the most vindictive, right? You accidentally, let's use the grocery line for example, okay? The customers don't know this, but the 8th customer in line, you know, gets a free voucher for all the groceries to be paid, okay? The 8th customer in line. And now this petty man is walking to the grocery line, but then I don't know, they're just walking slow, and you are a fast-paced walker, so you get to the line, you're the 8th line, so you win. And now this man is like, oh, so they feel some type of way now, so they're gonna do something petty to you, right? They would, like, if you're parked next to them, they would open their door extra hard so it can scratch your car or dent your car and blah blah blah, whatever the case it is, right? This is a very petty individual, all right? So this could be the thing inside of them that you are just like, no, okay. I do, you know what's interesting too? For some of you, I feel like you may not really be like, there's something about this person where they're like at a distance, and I feel like you may be aware of this person, or you know of this person, but like they don't really know you like that. This is what I'm getting. Whoever this petty man is, they don't really know you like that. You were right about everything as I split the deck. So yeah, stop it. This person feels like they know you, but like I said, you saw the thing inside of them, and before they even, right, saw you, oh, I'm gonna take from the collective, right? It's like that. Like, you can see people before they even see you, and then have all these plots, ploys, and plans to want to take from you and utilize your energy and blah 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 blah, whatever. So this is a very petty individual. Okay. I just get that feeling like so it could be like, if this is someone from your past, like ultimately they don't know you the way they thought they knew you. If they truly knew you, they would just be like, yeah, it's not even, I shouldn't even, I'm just gonna let it be. 1916. They would know that this is not even gonna be worth it. It's gonna have a more adverse reaction for them than it ever will for you. If they truly knew you, they would just, you know what, I'm good. I'm not even gonna, collective said no, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Right? But they feel like because they know you, right? So that could be the thing. Like, you know of this person, and they feel like they really know you. They don't know you. Alright? They don't know you. If they thought they knew you yesterday, they don't know you today. It's something like that. There's I don't know, like like a distance. How do I explain that? Like, they just don't know you. All right, they may know your name. This could be someone in your family, in your neighborhood, your work, your job, the grocery store. Like, you see them every day, but you don't know that person. You don't know them, right? And some people really get that mistaken, right? Oh yeah, but I know so and so, they work. No, you don't. You know of them. You know that you see them at the grocery store every day, or whatever time, whatever. You know that this is what they usually get, blah blah blah. But you don't know that person, all right? And I feel like this is a mistake that this person is making. Okay, and right now they're being warned. Just no. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You want your blanket? Go get your blanket. You want me to get your blanket? You want me to get it? Do you want it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You want me to get it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Okay. So let's move on. Let me try and shuffle these. Yeah, somebody's being warned to just leave this alone, it's not... If they really, really knew you, they would know this is not worth it. It literally says, sometimes the victory is not worth the price. Alright? This person is willing to betray people around them just to have something with you, to have a cycle open with you or something like that. They're willing to betray people around them just to, like... There's something about, like, a truth that they want to live in, a truth that they want to manifest, a truth, like a reality that they want. And essentially, they would be willing to cut people down to maintain that, to get that, to achieve that. But this is kind of seeming like they're on a journey that they'll never reach their destination. You gotta turn that down a bit. No, it's... Huh?
It's 16 and 19 and 2. It's 19.
It's 19 o'clock? You don't need them in your life. This is someone you don't need them in your life. For what? Why would you need a petty individual in your life? You know that. And I do feel like this person is feeling some type of way because they're a walking storm. And you see it. You see the thing. You see why there's a gray cloud over their head. You see the cloud. You see what's manifesting the cloud above their head coming from them. You can see where in their body, whatever the case it is. It's like you can see it. And you're like, I'm good on that. You're literally being repelled by these individuals, right? It's just how it is. Like, you cannot make two opposite magnets, like, connect. All right, it just doesn't work like that. So it's kind of like that. Like I said, you get two magnets, and then you flip one and try to force it. It just, right? It just won't. So that's what it is. Your spirit is like literally repelling people like this. You're like repellent. All right. It's like you have this invisible mosquito repellent around you, but it's like for karmics, right? So it's kind of like you're. It's so funny the way I'm looking at it in my head. So yeah, you just don't need these people in your life. And you know that. And it's making them be petty and act petty and wanting to do petty things, and especially when it comes to their mouth. They want to say petty things, right? Let them. That doesn't... Go ahead. Say what you want to say. I'll say for you. Right? That's what people like this don't understand. Go ahead, say what you want to say. It was your family, so this petty person, this petty man could be someone in your family. Jesus Christ, man. This is what I'm telling you. There was this person, this individual definitely was trying to steal, and they were definitely trying to convince other people to steal with them. So it's just really so, you know, one, so they can pull this off, right? I feel like there was something that was way too big for them to steal by themselves, and they were trying to pull this off and they couldn't, so they asked other people to steal with them, but it had to do from you, or that's just how they are. Like they're just a thief. They just be stealing. I'm getting, it's a thief in the night to try and find you. That one song, "Disturbed" by Rihanna, that came out in like the early 2000s. Yeah, this man wants to. This man could have. They had a plan to break into someone's home in the middle of the night and steal. Yeah. That's what it was. That's it. Because I can't see anything else. That's what it is. Yeah. This man, that was the plan. To break into your home in the middle of the night and steal something. And it could very well be because you said no, you closed out a cycle with them. And in their mind, that offended them because you have knowledge, you have information, you have confidence, you have strength, you have freedom, you have wisdom, you have health, you have things, all right? And they felt some type of way. How dare you cut me off from you? Do you not have a job? Do you not have at least $2 in your pocket? Do you not have clothes on your back? Like, what is it that you could possibly want where you would have to do all of this, right? These are people who are like spiritually broke, so they can't manifest anything in the physical, so they have to steal in the physical. Okay? So this could be somebody that was in your family, this petty man who was in your family, who you were like, I don't really need to be in that friendship. I don't really need to communicate. I don't really, like, I'm good on that. And I don't feel like this was anything that was like dramatic either. It was just kind of like maybe one day you were just like, nah, I'm not feeling it anymore. And that's it. And you close out the cycle. Yes, my love. You want to get more butterflies? Okay.
There's a lot of butterflies. They're gone.
I know, baby. We'll get more butterflies.
More butterflies?
Yes.
More butterflies.
Like we did last year. We get them as caterpillars and we watch them eat and then grow, turn into cocoon, turn into butterflies, and we let them go.
Oh my God.
So yeah, you were just like, yeah, I don't really need this kind of energy in my life. I'm good on that. And we have Ecclesiastes 4:10. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion, but woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. I feel like whoever this person is, like I said, they wanted to do something, but they couldn't do it themselves. So they were trying to like get other people, like, yeah, let's do this. We're gonna do this together. Like, let's do this, right? Not realizing, like, if they knew better, they would have known this is like everybody fell, everybody got caught, all right. And if everybody else was smart, they would have been like, you do that on your own, because now, I don't think this person did something alone. I really do think that they were trying to convince other people to do something with them, right? But I feel like the guaranteed outcome was either you fall by yourself or these people who work with you, they fall too. Either way, the outcome is the same. You're falling. You're failing. You're not pass and go. The cycle's not opening. Please turn that down. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they thought stealing from you would be a good idea. Or like trying to steal from you. Yeah, we're gonna do this at this time, at this day, at this time of night, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you don't realize that... I'm getting something about like you may not have. Okay, hypothetically speaking, you may not have a Ring camera on your door, but all your neighbors do. And I said something like this. I think it was a couple months ago, right? Where I said something like this a couple months ago in one of my readings, where if all of a sudden all your neighbors are getting like Ring cameras, right? Right. If all your neighbors are getting Ring cameras, all of a sudden. Now, the paranoid person would be like, oh, I'm being watched, oh my gosh, right? But a person who can alchemize would be like, huh. Right? So let's say this person tried to break into your home, blah, 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 whatever the case it is, right? You don't have a Ring camera. Police says, well, how do you know someone broke in? Do you have footage, evidence, blah, blah. And all your neighbors, they have Ring cameras, right? From many different angles. Many different angles, you can see this person breaking into your home. And not only that, but you can see their faces in this angle. And what they were wearing in that angle, right? And where the direction they came from this angle. Okay? So sometimes a blessing may not look like a blessing, but that's the whole point of a blessing in disguise. So I feel like in certain situations, right? Your neighbor is about to come in clutch. So that's just hypothetical. That's just an example for entertainment purposes only. Alright, so yeah. Alright, let me get one of these and then I'll go back to tarot. It's so crazy because I feel like in the collective, I feel like a lot of you don't understand how protected you are. And I'm not saying that as in how you're protected so much. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying like how, like in the physical, right? People don't understand the collective. A lot of you may not understand how. You can be like, oh, how am I protected, right? But in the physical, there are some form of measures of protection that need to be placed by the Most High God in the physical. All right? When you realize that, a lot of these people will be like, oh yeah, that's why I'm saying they should have known. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. They may not see your protection, but I can assure you, my good friend, it is there. It is there. All right? They may not see it, but it's there. All right? You got... Oh my god. I just whatever. Oh, sorry. I'll get one for the collective. 2 came out. Alter, reverse. So whoever this person is, they were trying to sacrifice you. But it didn't work because you actually have respect for the environment, earth, God, spirit. This is someone who does not have respect, right? This is what I'm saying. This is someone who is spiritually barren, right? They can't, because God already knows. Like if I were to give you what you want in the physical, you're gonna misuse, abuse. This is someone who wants a blessing, but they don't even know how to handle that blessing or how to obtain that blessing or do what they need to do on their end to deserve that blessing, right? So they're spiritually barren. So they can't. They have to steal in the physical, and God already knew that, right? God already knew that. Boy, if God already knew, then because it's the choices, right? Any second of any day, you could always choose to do something different that will have a different outcome from what the God in this sees, right? From what the Most High God sees. So, okay, it says altar reverse, a sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. This could be like a warlock. Yeah. So this is like a warlock who's in your family, or your family was in cahoots with this petty man, this warlock. But the reason why they're so poor in the physical, right? And I'm not saying like rags, living in a box kind of energy. I'm just saying like it just seems like nothing is ever progressing, living paycheck to paycheck, never can catch a break, never can have enough. It's just something is always like, it just always feels like there's an obstacle. This could be a karmic Scorpio I'm getting, right? And they really feel like they really need to like take it out on someone or have access to someone else's. This is someone, like, for example, this is someone who, if they can't do, they're not self-sufficient. All right, they're not self-sufficient. The best example I can give you, if they don't have a car, right, they will befriend people with cars just so they can use their cars. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're not doing anything? Hey, do you mind if I use your car today? Blah, 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 right? Just for that. They'll befriend people for the things that they have, that Taurus energy. Because they can't, I don't know, they just can't do it themselves. That's how they feel. And because that's how they feel, that's how their reality is. It's so stupid. It's just so annoying. Like, get out my face with this energy. They're not self-sufficient, and it's like, how are you going to be a warlock and you don't even, where are you going to get your magic from? Right? This is like someone who's calling themselves a farmer. Yeah, I'm a farmer. Okay, where are the seeds that you planted? Where are you going to get your corn from? Right? Crystals and herbs upright. Oh, let me show you. Altar reverse. Okay. A sacred devotion, a worship skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. Could be a karmic water sign, karmic air sign, karmic Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Virgo. Whoever this person is, they're a very petty individual. They don't have respect. I keep getting this phrase, respect for the craft. Respect for the craft. And they don't have it. They don't have that. They don't have respect. And this is the same person that's like, God, why can't I have that? God, why I want. And God's like, right? Like, who? Crystals and herbs. Oh, what medicine? This card came out yesterday too, actually. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from mother's womb. So this could be a petty man that has an issue with a divine feminine, right? And I've been getting that a lot. This could be, you know what's so crazy too? And I really don't want to use this example, but I'm going to use this example now. I'm going to, because it's so in my face. So this could be karmic masculines in general. In general, everywhere. Doesn't matter where, what part of the world, how many, how little. I'm going to generalize this, okay? Now, if you know this is not your story, then don't get all in your feelings about it, right? Just take what resonates and then keep it pushing. That's it, okay? Now, this is a karmic masculine, this petty man who really, really feels that what the divine feminine has is just not fair, all right? Now, in some cases, some of these petty men, these karmic masculine, would even try and dress up as a woman, try to transform to be as a woman, right? Try to change their gender to be as a woman. Not all of them, all right? I'm just, because some people really do feel like they are, but in this situation, in this reading, in this story, all right? But you have to realize at what point in your journey can you reach your destination, right? At what point do you reach womanhood? At what point can you identify as a divine feminine, right? At what point? I'm asking, what point? At what point? At what point? And the reality of the situation is that's never going to happen, right? There needs to be divine masculine and there needs to be divine feminine. But that's not, like, we all have masculine energy within us. Alright? We do. But, and this is a karmic petty man who wants to be seen as a divine feminine. So they will do weird things. They will try to steal, try to manipulate, try to lie, try to be in disguise. But at what point? Right? And that's one thing that you cannot do. You can't trick God. God made you. who you are. You're gonna go ahead and tell God, okay, now I'm a divine feminine, give me my blessings. God's like, are you, I know the man I made. You see, now this might sound super controversy and super offending, but for this scenario, okay, now if you feel like you're a transgender and you just feel like you're a woman, or you feel like you're a man, then so be it. It is what it is, right? But in this situation, this is the problem. This is what this is, right? And when you really think about it, you have a lot of narcissistic men who really feel jealousy towards women just because they're women, right? And come to find out, women are capable, strong, smart, healing. They can give birth, they can create life, right? They're practically downright magic in its purest physical form. So yeah, this is a warlock that's trying to do magic to steal from a divine feminine. All right, and they may not even know why. They just want to take from you. They just want to take. They don't know what they can take. They don't know why they want to take. They just want to take from you. They just want to steal and take and covet, and right. They just want to take it. This person may not even know why they feel so strongly about this, right? Why they even want this cycle to be open with you. Why they want access to you. They may not even understand why. They just know that they have a weird, deep desire to take and steal and take and steal, right? They may even have had to ask other people to join with them, but not realizing, like, if you really knew the collective, you would know this is not going to work, right? It's kind of like know your place kind of energy. I also feel like this is a man, if you are divine feminine and you're being attacked by a karmic masculine, a lot of this could be because this masculine is like, well, what do you mean you don't need me? I'm the man, right? 4144, I'm the man. You're a woman. You need me. And it's just like the woman's like, no, I don't. I'm good on my end. This is a man who really feels offended because women don't need him or want him, right? Or these are men in general. I was reading an article recently about there's an epidemic with men. It's called the lonely men epidemic. Can you believe that? Because women are choosing, they would rather stay single, free, by themselves, than settle with a petty man, a narcissistic man, an abusive man, a gold-digging man, a weak man. So now there's this thing, look it up. Now there's this thing called the lonely man epidemic. Because women are choosing, right? And these men feel some type of way. Well, I'm the man, you need me. Actually, no, we don't. 4242. No. Look, it says right here, you don't need them in your life. Hi, baby. Alright, well, go. No, your drink is in the room. Go get it. Because I'm not going to waste it. Okay, well, you go get it. I'm not going to go get it right now.
My legs are tired.
My legs are tired, baby.
Yeah, my legs are tired.
Please go get it. You're very capable. I'm not getting it. I'm not doing that. You can do it. Well, I don't know what to tell you, my love. So yeah, this is what this is. Alright. Men who feel very incapable and offended because they were conditioned their whole life. Women need men, or this woman needs you, or you're the man, and you can do this and you can do that, and you know, women should automatically give you access to this and that and this and that, and you know, women, you know, a good man needs a good woman because a good woman will build up the man, give him confidence, heal him, give him strength, give him guidance, knowledge, right? Divine feminine is spiritual, divine masculine is more physical. Divine feminine is supposed to guide the divine masculine so that way he can be the leader that he is. But you have all these weird, weak men who are getting mad because women don't want to baby them and heal them and nurture them and fix them to be the man. When women have been doing that forever, like, go fix yourself for once. Be self-sufficient. Try and do it yourself. Please. Because women, they're listen, with how the world is, we got things to do on our side. Okay? We have a whole, like, 44. This is really giving like the war on women. Alright, so, and if these are men, petty men in your family, they really feel some type of way because you're the woman that's more successful than them, or you're the woman that's doing things differently, and you're giving the women in your family inspiration, and you're doing things differently, and how dare you when you're, listen. You got it? See, I told you you can do it. Good job. Alright. I'm proud of you. What else? Like, these are men that want to steal your energy, your life force, your knowledge, your wisdom, your this, your that. So that way they can, yes, I'm a man. But look at your wife. She's drained. She has, like, her beauty is gone. You took it from her. You took her beauty for yourself so you can be the man. Right? Or your girlfriend, or your mom, or your mom looks drained because she's been, I don't know, or your sister, or your cousin, or your whatever, right? These are men that want to steal the life force of women because women are like in abundance, right? Divine feminine is the source. Divine masculine, they are source too, but it really feels like these are karmic masculine because they can't. They want to demonize divine feminines because divine feminines are like, you just know, I'm there's something in you. My spirit is telling me, no, I can't. And you have the choice. Like, the way it's 2025, women can say no, right? We don't have to say yes because we need a place to stay, or because we can't open our own bank account, or because we'll be seen as, you know, undervalued or ostracized by society or the community, or be judged. No. Women can say no. Women don't have to marry. Women don't have to settle. Women can women. Okay? That's what it is. A woman can woman now. Right? She doesn't need a man to woman. She doesn't need a man to be seen. She doesn't need a man to be heard. She just, a woman can woman in all her glory in this day and age. And these men really want to demonize divine feminines because they don't have access to what women naturally can produce, what women naturally have. Now, divine masculine would admire that. He would cherish that. He would support that. He would, yes, my queen. And in turn, she would be like, my husband. My husband, right? That's how divine feminine and divine masculines work together. They acknowledge the unique magic of each other. Right, but these karmic masculines, they're like, oh, well, you should give me access to that. That's not fair. Why? You're, right? They want to control that. It's just like, ew, you're weak. You're weak. You're a weak man for this. Right? Five of Cups reversed, and you don't even feel bad about that. I don't feel bad. No, for what? Women can women now. And the best thing of all is that in this day and age, listen, the women that are growing up, right? The children, the women, the teenagers, the men, right? That are in this day and age, the young adults, they're a whole different breed. They're a whole, like, they're not with the SHITS. They're not with it. Okay? They're not dealing with that. They're not, no. And they don't feel bad about it. They don't. All right? And I feel like that's another reason, like, if you really feel some type of way, because I won't give you access to me, you're the problem. Because no is no. And I don't feel bad about that. I don't feel bad for saying no. I don't feel bad for standing my ground. I don't feel bad for having boundaries. I don't feel bad for not giving you karmic masculines access to me. I don't feel bad about that. For what? No, I don't feel bad about it. I'm not going to be worried about what you want me to give you when I have a business to run, I have this, I have that, I have a career, I have a job, I have family, I have friends, I have children, I have this, I have a life. For what? Why would I feel bad about what you want from me and I'm not giving you? That's not, I don't care about that. I really don't. And with the Five of Cups, it shows. In reverse. Five of Cups reverse, it shows. Right? And that's not being mean either. It's really not. It's really not. Right? Are you supposed to care every single time when a person's like let me date you, let me have access to you, and you say no, are you supposed to sit there and, I'm just so sorry, I'm so sorry, but I can't? No, I said no. No, it's so annoying. Are you supposed to feel bad? No. And if anything, it's actually helping you heal, right? Divine feminines are healing. Divine feminines can women now, right? You're giving hope to the younger women. You're giving inspiration to the younger women. You're setting boundaries, and you're being seen as, you know, a pillar of strength, you know, determination, success, ambition, healing, love, right? Strength. And that gives hope to the future generation of women. All right? That gives hope. And actually, believe it or not, that inspires the elder women or the women that are older than you in your family, like, wow. So it is possible. It can be done, right? And karmic men don't like this. Divine men, they support it, right? Because if a divine masculine, like that right there should tell you, the divine masculine, right? They are strength, all right? So they're not going to want to, I don't want to use this word, mate or produce children with a weak woman. They need someone strong, someone of their caliber. So if they see divine feminines walking in their strength, heck yeah, they want that. That's strong and strong. We're going to make giants. We're going to make babies that are like, you know, worth the war, worth the battle, worth the fight. Okay? But these karmic petty men, they're not it. Page of Pentacles reverse, I'm telling you, this is a warlock. These karmic men, they be doing magic, they be dibbling and dabbling too. Alright? They be trying to, you know, see how they can, you know, manipulate their words. And they, listen, these petty men be doing the most. Because they see what the divine feminine can offer. And they want that. And a lot of the time, these petty men, they want these women, these divine feminines, to build them up. You're not a Lego set, sir. I'm not doing that. I'm not fixing you. I'm not building you. I'm not healing you. I'm not doing that. And believe it or not, back then, when women did that, right, they would spend 10 years, 20 years building up a man, healing a man, fixing a man. And you look back at the woman, and she's drained. Her energy is gone. She's tired. She's got like 6 kids to raise, and she's just never had a break, and she's exhausted cooking and cleaning, and plus she's got like maybe a business, and she's just drained, right? Well, nowadays, I'm just going to cut out the middleman, and I'm going to get rid of the man, the karmic man, not the divine men, not the divine masculines, right? But a lot of women, they're just like, why would I need a karmic masculine in my life when I could just do it on my own, right? And then you do that, then divine masculine comes into the picture. And divine masculine is like, okay, you can relax now. I got it from here. All right? That's the divine masculine. The karmic masculine wants you to do the work and build them up, build them up, build them up, build them up, build them up. The divine masculine is already built up. The most you would have to do is maybe give them advice on something, right? Like, hey, do you mind playing this, or can you balance this, or you know, if you want to go on the vacation, figure out where you want to go, and whatever the case it is, right? That's the divine masculine. That's the difference.
I can hear, Mom.
Turn it up too. Let me see. Let me see.
I found it. I found it.
You got it? Okay. Oh, that's what you were feeling. Let me see. You want me to take it out?
Yeah.
Hold on. You know how like when you get like a pair of socks or like a blanket, there's that little plastic piece? Yeah. See? Here you go, baby. It's out. So yeah, this is what this is. Right? You give them everything, all your magic. This is what they want. They want access to your magic, but do you know that you can have, like, you have your own magic? And the reason why you don't have access to it is because look at who you are. You're a petty man, a karmic man. You don't. That's why you have your own. See, it's so weird because men like this, like, they have magic, right? They can do it. They just don't want to earn it. They don't want to earn it. These are men that be like, oh, it's easy being a woman because a woman can just use her looks and get what she wants. And, like, why do you feel offended by that? You have a hanged man upright. And that's exactly why they're stuck. These are men that feel stuck, so they have to steal and take from women, right? Steal their magic, take their magic. Steal their body, take their body. Steal their mind, take their mind. Steal their life, take their life. Steal their energy, take their energy. And it's like, at what point do you reach your destination? Because let's say this has been going on for a very, very long time. Very, very long time. Right? And they're still stuck. Right? All that magic that they've been taking, all that energy that they've been cultivating, and you are still a karmic petty masculine. Because that's not how you become a divine masculine. This could have been going on for centuries. For a long, long time. Right? Long time. You got a bunch of karmic masculine, a bunch of warlocks. They harvest, they feed off of divine, or women, right? Build themselves up to be divine masculines, only to realize, what do you mean we're not divine masculines yet? That's what I'm saying. They're on a journey that they will never reach to their destination. At what point do you realize, maybe this road doesn't exist? Maybe we're just walking in darkness, not walking down a path. Right? Could be a Pisces masculine that's been doing all this weird magic, right? Or the age of Pisces. This has been going on since the beginning of the age of Pisces. We're now in the age of Aquarius. This is why this is no longer acceptable. This is not the way anymore. You can't do this. And a lot of these warlocks that have been doing this are now realizing, wait a minute, you mean to tell us we're not divine masculines yet? We've been doing this for hundreds of years. We're not divine masculines yet? What do you mean? What just happened? All that work that they've been doing, all that harvesting, all that stealing and dark demonic things, and they still have not achieved what they wanted to achieve, because that's not the way. That's not the way. I don't know. It had to be a false god that told them this was possible. But then again, you're listening to a false god, right? You're listening to a false god, all those sacrifices, all those deals and contracts, and right, unaliving things. First of all, the Most High God will never tell you to steal, let alone unalive someone to get what you want. So that right there should have been the biggest indicator of maybe this is not the way. Maybe this is not the way. Right? So this could be a whole organization going down, failing. Right? And the biggest thing that's really bothering them is that it was all for nothing. Right? All of this work, all of this darkness was for nothing. Right? Or this was a person doing this to you specifically. Right? Check out how it resonates. And it really, you know what it comes down to? What these karmic men are envious of the most when it comes to divine feminine is the womb. Right? It's the womb. That's what they want the most. That's sacral. Pure sacral. Alright, let me get two more and then I'll close the reading. Queen of Swords, you know exactly what's going on, who, what's what. And you're highly intelligent. And you are holding the truth in your hands. You see the truth, you stand on your truth, and you have no choice. I feel like there's going to be a point where you just have no choice but to, like, show the truth. Speak the truth. Right? Stand in your truth. Right? You are not afraid of the truth. Right? You're not afraid of the truth. I do feel like whoever is in this Five of Swords energy could be a karmic Pisces, karmic Aquarius, karmic Scorpio, karmic Taurus, Leo, Virgo, All right, any of those signs, or this could be one of your signs, right? But this person, they want to sit in your face and lie, manipulate. But you're just like, but this truth tells me otherwise. Not this opinion, not this illusion, right? Not this fantasy, this truth. It tells me otherwise. What you're telling me compared to the truth, I know what you're telling me is not the truth. So you're naturally being repelled from these karmic men, right? Or this karmic man. And that's like, they feel like they know you. They feel like they know you. They don't. I'll get one more. I'm hearing come high water or hell. Hell or high water, right? Come hell water. What's that saying? Come hell or high water, right? That's interesting because in this card, it actually looks like somebody I know. The Ace of Wands upright. You have the ideas. You have the inspiration. You have the new beginnings. I also been getting this, actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter. But you have the energy. You're in this Ace of Wands. The Queen of Swords, Ace of Wands, Divine Feminine. You have respect for, you know, Spirit, the Most High God, the craft, essentially, right? I feel like, too, this person wants to give you their wand, but it's just not, I don't know, there's something like, there's just something about it that's just so disgusting. Like, it's just, you're being naturally repelled by it. It's just not, I don't know, it's gross. Like, the energy is just, it's just not, there's just some, you know that there's something, right? That's why they have a gray cloud over their head. You know, you can see it, all right? But yeah, you're this Queen of Swords and this Ace of Wands energy. I'm also getting your unstoppable, okay? So no karmic man can tell you what to think, what to do, how to take action, where to go. They can't force anything on you, right? This is a man who, and you're, right? Like, don't make me get off my throne, because not only do I have this club, but I have a sword. So is that really what you want to do? You want to try me? Because I'll get up. Like, well equipped, okay? This Queen of Swords, Divine Feminine, they're well equipped these days, all right? You try to listen, all right? So this is the reading. Hope it helps. Bye.